What's up, heroes? It's Dan here from HeroAcademyFitness.com, and today we are going to be talking about the strict press. Now, the strict press is one of many overhead pressing type motions that you'll find in the world of fitness, and it features prominently in a number of our powerlifting and power building programs, even though it is not technically one of the three foundational powerlifting techniques, which would be squat, deadlift, and bench press. I like the strict press. There are other variants and ways of putting weight up over your head. I prefer the strict press primarily because I'm not necessarily looking to put the absolute most amount of weight above my head. Instead, I want to be moving the weight in a way that activates my shoulder and upper body muscles the most. There are other ways of getting the weight above your head, like a push press or a jerk or something like that. Those are all great ways of putting weight up over your head, and in strongman programs you'll find those pretty frequently in addition to the strict press. But for right now, we're just going to go over the strict press. It's one of the 4 foundational lifts that makes up our Protege program as well as the Invincible One program. So the strict press shares some similarities with the bench press and also some differences. So first off, for a strict press, typically you're going to have a narrower grip. Usually my bench press, I'd come out about that wide. My strict press, much more narrow. Some people prefer to go a little wider with their strict press. For me personally, I like to go just a little bit more than shoulder width. All right. Something that the strict press has in common with the bench press is that you don't want to lift with your hands flared back like this. This is the primary cause of wrist pain in people that have issues with bench press or a strict press, having wrist pain. Instead, you want to think again about trying to form your hand in a way that the weight sits as much over your forearm as possible. So you really want something more of like a vertical fist, kind of like that, not a flared back fist like that. Something that's different about the two is that while you want upper back tension for a strict press, you don't want to be squeezing and flattening down your shoulder blades like we do with the bench press. Instead, you want to allow your shoulder blades to move freely, and you'll see the motion from behind here. So as I'm moving my hands up, I want my scapula, my shoulder blades, to be able to move up and down. You can kind of see them as they're going. Bench press, they stay in one place, and I push straight like that and back again. But an overhead press, I really want those scapula to move freely so that you don't end up with impingements and stuff like that. Also, so that you get full range of motion for your muscles to work through so that you build better muscle and you build more comprehensive strength. All right? So, I want to walk up to the bar, okay? And I don't want to lift the bar and reverse bicep curl it onto me, okay? I'm using just the bar here, but if I had real weight on this, that would actually be a very good way to hurt myself and or just not get the weight in the right position. What I want to do is I want to get my hands in the position I want them in, all right? I want to get them at the spot they are, and I want to get the wrists at the angles that I want. I step under the bar, almost pressing it against my chest, not my collarbone, but my chest. All right, and I'm gonna have to move my microphone out of my way a little bit here. But what I want to do is I want to almost kind of like do like a little 8th squat here and stand up with the bar and then walk it out. Okay? Now from here, you can see if I push the bar straight up, it's going to run up under my chin. So what I want to do is, as I'm lifting the bar, I want to move my head back as little as I need to get the bar to pass. And then as soon as the bar is past my head, I want to push my head through to get full range of motion on my shoulders, okay? So I'm here, I'm going to push up, and as I push up, I want to clear my head back and then drive my head through the hole and push the bar all the way up, okay? Back down again. I want to follow the same path. Head comes back just enough to let the bar pass and then come back again. All right. Again, I tip my head back just enough to let the bar pass and push up. And as soon as it's clear, I drive that head through. And as you're doing the motion, you will notice that as soon as you push the head through, you're going to get a better rate of force development than if you keep your head tipped back like this. You're going to feel all kinds of awkwardness. All right. Now, one thing, and this is why it isn't part of a powerlifting competition, because it's very hard to standardize how you position your chest. A lot of people will actually feel the urge, if they have very strong pectoral and anterior deltoid muscles, to tip back and push up like this and then straighten up at the end. All right. You could theoretically move more weight that way, but that's not our goal with this motion. We want to move as much weight as we can while recruiting primarily our triceps and our deltoids, okay? So again, I head back and push through, and then come back and clear down. Now, what you also want to do and is more important with heavier weights, is you want to breathe and brace on your motions, almost like you do with a squat, for instance. Not so necessary with this weight, but with heavier weights, you're going to want to take that deep breath and make sure you isolate your core as you're driving up. All right, and then lower back down again. I'm also going to show you a shot from the back here, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with my scapula moving. All right, as I'm driving up, I tip the head back, head pumps through, and you can see that my shoulder blades have a nice smooth glide as I'm going through the motion. All right, this allows me to get full range of motion. Whoop. And make sure I'm not getting any sort of impingements, which, you know, you don't get that often from a press, but sometimes can happen if you're not allowing your shoulder blades to move correctly. So that's it. That's the strict press. One of my favorite overhead motions as far as developing muscle. Not necessarily the best for moving the most weight overhead, like I said, but it is a very, very good motion for building foundational strength. Great tricep exercise, shoulder exercise, etc. So that's it. Thanks for watching. As you're learning this, make sure you go ahead and upload videos to our Discord group or Facebook group. Don't feel self-conscious about it. Everybody's a beginner at some point. We like to encourage and help people, and we can correct your form for you. That way you can make sure that you're doing the exercise correctly and you're not in danger of hurting yourself from poor technique. So thank you for watching. As always, remember, live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.